So looking back on 2024 from a movie standpoint, there have been some highs and lows. So let's talk about those highs and lows and give you my final ranking of the best movies and the worst movies of 2024. Starting with the best horror movie of 2024, which goes to Terrifier 3. Terrifier 3 answers a lot of questions that the fans got from Terrifier 2 while also adding some more questions, setting up Terrifier 4. It's an amazing horror movie, really. The story checks out and the acting is beautifully done and the characters are honestly very enjoyable. Now, the worst horror movie of 2024 has to go to The Strangers Chapter 1. The Strangers Chapter 1 did not deliver on anything that the writers and the directors and the marketers said it would deliver on. It did not tell us the backstory whatsoever. It was an awful, laughable, not in a good way movie. The characters are useless, terrible, and the acting is awful, and I can't find a single likable character in this movie, really. Now, the best superhero movie of 2024 is Deadpool and Wolverine. It is honestly a fun ride, and the return of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is very, very beautiful, and I love it. And the action sequences are awesome. But now the worst action movie of 2024 has to be Red 1. Red 1 is terrible with action. I'm not gonna say it's like the worst movie in like other compartments like comedy, but it is action-wise, definitely. But moving on to the worst animation movie of 2024, Megamind and the Dune Syndicate. Unnecessary, stupid, badly written, zero of the previous cast members returned, and it seems like just a little like Nickelodeon low-budget production, and it's awful. I don't want to say that about Megamind, especially considering I love the first one, but this one is questionable, useless, and awful. But the best animation movie of 2024 is Despicable Me 4. The story is continued in such a perfect way. Mr. Gru is badass, and I love the villain of this movie, and the continuation of everything. The characters and the story combined is just awesome to see on screen. But now, some honorable mentions are Trap. Trap was an amazing M. Night film that really brought him back. If you want any more of that, then go check out my review on Trap. But yeah, it was very fun. Another honorable mention is definitely Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Now, I love Sonic the Hedgehog 3 more than an honorable mention, definitely. But the reason I'm saying honorable mention here is because I'm really like questioning what like compartment could this film be in. Could it be in, I mean, it definitely could be in action, but I can't decide. Is it like fully live action or not? I mean, I don't think I'd call it like really full on animation because it's not, you know? But yeah, it will just fall under honorable mentions, even though it has a higher standard than that. Definitely. It is such a good movie, and if you want any more than that, go check out my spoiler review on it. But another honorable mention is Godzilla x Kong The New Empire. The action, the continuation of these two awesome kaijus' stories are just awesome, and I love it so very much. The movie is amazing. I almost called it a show, how dare me, but it is honestly everything you could have wanted from a kaiju story, really. And the fight scenes in this movie are awesome, and the like live action characters, like the humans, are great at their acting and honestly brings some comedic thing, really. I very much enjoyed this movie. But I know this is very controversial, but I want to say another honorable mention is Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2. This was honestly miles better than the first Winnie the Pooh, but it didn't make it up to like best horror movie of the year or worst horror movie of the year. It is definitely better than The Strangers Chapter 1, I have to say. But it really got me excited to what's to come in this universe. I'm gonna just call it the Poohniverse, but there's a movie coming in like 2025 where it's like an Avengers movie, but with Winnie the Pooh characters like Bambi, Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, you know, all those characters. And I'm honestly very excited for that. Some other honorable mentions are Beetlejuice. Great continuation. It was awesome to see Tim Burton come back and direct this movie, and obviously it was cool to see Jenna Ortega and of course the main man himself, Beetlejuice. It was just an awesome sequel. Awesome. Really nothing bad to say about it other than the villain. The villain was very questionable, but that's really it, you know? Otherwise it was very enjoyable. Now, some other honorable mentions is Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 is a beautiful, fun continuation of the masterpiece that was Inside Out Part 1, really. It's very beautiful, very enjoyable. Some new emotions really came in, and they were fun to see on screen. Really. They were really fun, and great care. Now, another honorable mention is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, of course. That was a very fun movie, but with its flaws, of course. It does continue the stories of the legacy characters from the original Ghostbusters movies, with also interpreting the characters we got introduced to in 2021's Ghostbusters Afterlife. But yeah, overall it was a very fun movie. But another honorable mention is definitely The Crow. It is rebooted, and this was based on Brandon Lee's The Crow movie, but it was honestly worse. yes, you can't outbeat a classic, and they tried to reboot it and bring him back, but it really did not work at all. It turned out to be kind of awful, but a few good things happened in this movie, but overall it was kind of awful. But it still deserves, of course, an honorable mention, because it was still good enough to make it to the honorable mentions category. But yeah, and now, the best movie to come out of 2024 is without a doubt, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine. Come on, man. We all saw that coming. It is a perfect blend of the best Marvel movie since Endgame and also the best just movie of the year. It is great with its action. Everything that I loved about it that I explained earlier in the video is definitely what I love about it in general. Very, very good stuff. Really. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But that has been my best and worst movies of 2024. Hopefully 2025 is a bit more juicier with its movies, and hopefully it's better than 2024 and everything that it offered. But who knows? We could get the worst movies of all time in 2025, or we could get the best movies of all time in 2025. Only time will tell. But so far, with all the trailers for movies that will be coming out in 2025, I think this will be a good year for us movie fans, because Marvel will be coming back with a new Captain America movie, some new horror movies will be dropping. I'm very excited for this year and all the awesome, hopefully awesome movies that come out. But Happy New Year, my movie loving people, and good night.